Hi, folks. Am I audible? Hello. Okay. So, guys, welcome to the penultimate session or the third session of HR Forge. And we are all here because we come here with the intent to learn few new things, carry our colleagues forward, and just progress with the session, getting to know more and more people, connect with more and more people, and taking knowledge from the best. So I'm very happy to share that today Subrata Kabiraj will be joining us. Now, interesting fact about Subrata Kabiraj is that he has served in Indian Air Force for about a brief period, and post that he has been also working with Biocon Labs for around 13 to 14 years. He also is one of our very bright minds. He is an alumni of IIM Calcutta. So I bet that you will enjoy this session. And yeah, if you have anyone else joining, please inform them. And guys, let's start the session. Let's complete the assignments on time and let's complete HR Forge. Let's get things started. So over to you, Subrata.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's a fantastic 11 a.m. of 10th of May. Let me set up my video a little and give me 1 second with Niraj. Niraj, are you there?
Yes, Subrata.
Okay. Niraj, I need your help. Um, for employee engagement, first you need to engage me. Okay. And
Okay.
how do I change my background of the video?
Yeah, I think so you have to rejoin for that, but we can like start. It's good.
Uh, I have to rejoin?
Yeah, just
Let me
just
rejoin then. Let me rejoin then.
go to your audio settings. There are the three dots. You can go to audio and video settings. Guys, till the time Subrata joins within a few minutes, just let me know how have your experience been so far with HR Forge. You can put it in the chat box. Subrata is here, I guess so. Guys, how has your experience been with HR Forge till now? If you can hear me, please put it in the chat box. Would love to hear from you guys. Great. Is good lot of learning. Subrata, you can just go to the three dots more options and you can click on audio and video settings. There you will find the filters. Great
Find the
learning.
three dot option.
Audio and video settings.
Audio
Yeah.
videos.
Okay, amazing, good. It's great. It was great and informative. Acha, it is great and informative. It was not. We are still doing it. We are going ahead with things. And yeah, there is still one more session to go. Gaining a lot of learnings. Great, some myths were cleared. Okay, it's amazing attending. Guys, please feel free to put it in the chat box. Very good and interactive. Okay, good effort to create. Yeah, Subrata, it's visible now.
Okay, so this is so cool. You and I have the same background. This is fantastic.
So,
Okay,
Subrata, I'll be moving backstage. You can take the stage.
be there, be there, be there, be there, be there for some time.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Now I have to upload my presentation. Okay,
yeah.
so if I present my save and
Okay, there
save.
is a confession also in the chat box that sorry, I missed my assessment. Is it possible, guys, till the time HR Forge we are doing, you can submit your assignments, and please, these assignments are really important. Don't miss it. You will miss on a whole lot of learning.
Okay, so if I present my screen now, how does it look like? Share my screen
Sure.
window, and does it show up?
No, Subrata, not yet. You can share screen. Yeah, it's visible. It's visible. Done.
It's visible.
Yeah.
Okay,
ठीक है
so let
सुब्रता.
it be there,
हाँ.
and
Shall I
but
go
of course I cannot
backstage?
see the window.
Hmm.
So let me see here. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. So good morning, everyone, once again. And thank you, Neeraj, for being there with me. I also thank all of you for being patient with me. How have you been in the morning of Saturday? How are you guys? Please write in the chat box. What is that one word you would like to describe for yourself? How are you feeling right now? All right. Dheeraj says, great. Asna says, great. All right. Good morning. Gautami says, great. Oh, it goes so fast, I cannot even read. So that's fantastic. Namrata says, it's just gone up. I could not read it. Shivani says, very good experience. And who's Aniket? Great, sir. If Keka can help with placement also. Ah, that's something we have, all of us, in our mind, right? All right. In the meantime, as you are writing and I'm writing this, or I'm reading these messages, let me ask you something. Here is a picture, and I want you to tell me who is the most important person in this picture. You have all seen this picture. You have all seen this scene everywhere in India and from outside the world. And right now, you have to tell me who is the most important person in this human pyramid. Okay, let me see what you are writing for me. Let me see. The bottom one, the base. Mahesh says base. Bharati says the foundation. Rinku says the bottom. Aniket says person at the bottom. Okay. And who? Maitri. What is Maitri? Maitri says the base. Okay. Harini says everyone is important. Karan says everyone in the pyramid. Rashi says what? Rashi says the topmost. Okay. And Manju Vasini says all bottom to the top. Manju Vasini might want mean to say that, and everybody is important, right? Right. As you are writing these answers, I must tell you, in this human pyramid, as some of you have rightly said, everyone is important. Imagine you get in thought song. The top guy, the top hero has gone to the top, would he or she be able to stand over there? If the top person is not chosen rightly, pyramid will be that tall forever, right? What about the people who are standing all over in the ground? You can see at the bottom there are so many people just helping, just very strong. Each one of them are important. And what about the people who are spectators, who are cheering them up? They are also important. Somebody is saying audio is not clear, voice is interrupted. Neeraj, can you confirm if my voice is coming okay or not to you? Let me check my internet as well. Okay, some of you are saying, Priya is saying it is clear. Amita is saying it's clear. Simran is saying it's clear. Okay, so in the meantime, if you find any disturbance in the voice, do let me know. Niraj is keeping an eye on the chat box, so Niraj will let me know whether the voice is coming all right or not. All right. Sometimes internet may go here and there. Now, with this beautiful beginning that we have chosen, that everybody in this human pyramid is important. Think about us right now in this webinar. Who is most important? You and I and Neeraj and all the people who have worked hard for last 4 months to make this HR Forge happen. All the people who have participated in this program, as well as everybody, each one of you, if you have gotten any support from somebody, some friends, even they are important. That is how the employee engagement comes into picture. Why on earth in this Saturday morning would you join here? You have joined because you wanted to join. You have joined because you knew that there is something which is going to be useful for yourself. There are many other people who are just not here. Some people decided that they will be here, but they have decided not to be here. Some people registered for this program but did not participate. Some people are still thinking, I have registered, shall I go and join? And there goes all of you who have not only participated, registered, you have gotten up, you have gotten ready, you have set up your system, you have switched on your computer or laptop or mobile, and you are here. So thank you so much for being here. Spending 90 minutes of time of you with us, with Employee Engagement Academy, with Keka Academy, with Neeraj and me, with all the people here on this webinar, it makes a huge difference. And on behalf of everyone, I thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for being here. It's wonderful to be amongst the like-minded people. It's wonderful to share some thoughts. And here, a couple of things I would like to tell you upfront. Number one, technical difficulties. If that happens, do let me know or let Neeraj know in the chat box. In case it's not working, I'll drop out and come back. Similarly, you must do it for yourself. If it's not working for you, drop out and come back. Do not miss coming back. You never know what you get out of this session at which point of time. You also do not know one question that you have, or you may ask, how important that question can be for somebody else, for me, for Neeraj. So if you drop off, come back and join. We'd like to have all of you till the end. Shrini, yes, you have said kindly make it full screen. If I'm making it full screen, I'm not able to see what's going on in the chat. So that's why I made it from Walla. But in the meantime, whenever it's required, I'll make it full screen. Okay. Right. Second house rule is that participate. If you have any question, please keep it noted down. We'll come to the question and answer session. And just in case, if the question is so big, so urgent, and so life changing, drop it in the chat box, mark Neeraj so that Neeraj can highlight that question. And in the meantime, I also urge Neeraj, do not hesitate to stop me that there is a question, it needs to be answered right now. So I will definitely attend to that question. And otherwise, please keep your question at the end of it, for the at the end of the session. And also, I'll give you an option to ask question if you are not able to ask it in this session. Okay, so there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to ask question and satisfy yourself with all the answers that I have, or if I do not have, I will share that with you in course of time. Third thing, this is right now a stage where there are a lot of people participating. There are a lot of people who are listening to me, listening to Neeraj, and listening to each other. There are a lot of people who are reading your messages. Please be respectful. That's one thing that cannot be compromised at any point of time. Please be respectful to each other. Let's learn together from each other. And as we go ahead, I must tell you who you are listening to. Niraj has already told a couple of lines or a couple of information about me, but it's important to for you to know that why you should listen to this gentleman who is sitting in front of you. Do I have your permission to take 2 minutes to talk about why you should listen to me? Say yes or no in the chat box. Sure. I got a couple of yeses. So I think it will be worth 2 minutes of your time so that I let you know why I can talk about employee engagement and why you should listen to me for a little bit of information, little bit of insight, little bit of data and facts about employee engagement. So I started my career with Indian Air Force. I worked over there close to 12 years, and then I went to join something called NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which is in the government sector. NABARD is the only bank from the government of India which takes care of urban and rural development, any infrastructure development, as well as any aspect or any scheme that is set through government of India. NABARD is the authority to make that campaign happen, make that aspect possible on the ground. For example, if a government decides to waive off loans for the farmers because of drought or any natural calamity, through which authority they will disburse the loans or uh, make tell all the banks that this loan may be waived off. It's NABARD. If there is a campaign for horticulture development, which is the bank who will come into picture, it's NABARD. After NABARD, I went to join IIM Calcutta for my full-time MBA, 2010 to 12 batch. And then I joined corporate, where I worked for close to 12 years again. Right now, for last 1.5 years, I am an entrepreneur. I co-founded Employee Engagement Academy along with my friend, and right now in front of you, sharing a little bit of information about employee engagement. The point is, I have seen defense, I have seen government, I have seen corporate, I have seen entrepreneurship, and in my entire career, I have met a lot of people from different strata of the society. I have counseled numerous number of people. I have helped people, I do not know how many number of times in their career, in their education. And that is where I think I have a thing or two to share with you, which you should listen to. And if you like, do let me know in the chat box. And if you have any suggestion, I would welcome you to talk to me over LinkedIn, where you can share your feedback, you can ask your question, and there will be many more opportunities for us to talk to each other, to share knowledge, to share challenges, and to share solutions with each other. Now, getting into today's session, what we are going to discuss this is what I have for all of you. This is specially designed for today's session, employee engagement for HR Forge 2.0. And as we talked about why we are here, we are going to learn about what is employee engagement, what's happening in employee engagement, what we can do about employee engagement, and etc. Unspoken truths about employee engagement. There are so much of myth going on in the corporate world, in the workplaces, and looks like there are some of the things that we have started understanding which is not truly employee engagement. We'll go to the next part where we'll talk about where companies go wrong and how to fix it. And then for the last 2 points, we'll talk about the future of employee engagement and a little bit about Employee Engagement Academy, which I co-founded, Keka Academy, which Neeraj is here to represent, and the way ahead. All right. So Neeraj, in the meantime, can you let me know can you float the first question? I would like to know which function you are from. Neeraj, can you launch the poll? In the box, you have a question: which function do you belong to? So let me know which function you belong to. Please vote so that I can modify, I can customize some of my thoughts for all of you. In the meantime, as the vote comes in, let me vote for myself. I am into HR and I voted. In the chat box, there are a couple of messages I'll find and I'll have to talk about that one. There is someone called Shwarnadeep Paul who says, "Hi everyone, I would like to connect with you all." And he or she has shared his LinkedIn LinkedIn profile link. Okay. For all of you, there is one thing that you can do. Right now, you be here with us or do everything that's possible for you. Completely your choice. However, if you choose to do something else, you are not only shifting your focus, you are also shifting somebody else's focus. You will go click on a link, and that person will go to some other link, and then LinkedIn will open up, and you will miss the 60 minutes. Would you like to do that one? I would say your choice, but I would not like this to happen in this forum. This forum, this 60 minutes or 90 minutes has been planned for last 120 days. Neeraj and his team has put in all the effort. Do not dilute that effort. I would like to say that. You will have plenty of opportunities to connect with each other during the question and answer session. I would keep that for that part of the time, but not now. And if you are still not able to hold yourself, please connect with me, or anybody. It's not about any particular person. Please go to LinkedIn and do the networking. This is not the networking platform. Right now, this is sharing of thoughts. Let's remain there as long as we want to and as long as we have for time for us. Okay. So we have 65%, 67%, 66% of us from HR, talent acquisition, particularly 24%, L&D 3%, business and operations 4.61%, and others almost like 4%. So Rishi is saying, I'm working as a recruitment executive in UK based company in India. So you belong to talent acquisition, Rishi. Anybody else is there for anything else? Okay, so cool. So almost 95% of us are from HR fraternity. So you understand the language that we are going to talk about. Okay, so let's go to our first part. What are the unspoken rules about employee engagement? Let me make it full screen. Yeah, engagement is not just HR job. How many of you have seen people saying, this thing is not happening, that thing is not happening, HR is not doing their job, recruitment is not happening, people are not very happy, I do not know what HR is doing, there is no program happening. Even if there is a program and people have not participated, that is also HR's fault. And in the meantime, you will find there are a lot of employees, a lot of colleagues, they are not participating. Why? Nobody knows. The leader who was supposed to come and inaugurate a show, that leader did not show up. So at any point of time, if somebody comes and says employee engagement or engagement is HR's job, do let them know, if possible, that it is everybody's job. And here is one question I have for you. Who is responsible for your career? Is it me? Is it Neeraj? Is it your manager? Is it your company? Is it you for yourself? If you think a little, you will find that the core answer that will come is I am responsible for my career, and you are responsible for your career. If you do not take your career seriously, nobody can help you. And if you take your career, your growth very seriously, very meticulously, nobody can stop you. A particular manager in a particular company, they may not be able to help you the way you want, or they may not have the capability to help you out. But it doesn't mean that you have to spend your lifetime over there in that company. You can always change the company, you can always change the job. But if you're serious about your career, you will always find a place which helps you grow. And that is where the core definition of employee engagement comes in. And I would like to share that definition with you. And this definition comes from someone called Bob Kelleher. Bob Kelleher is the author of the book Employee Engagement for Dummies. For his entire lifetime, he has done only one thing: think and research about employee engagement, talk about employee engagement, and practice employee engagement. And Bob says, employee engagement, listen carefully, employee engagement is the mutual contract between employees and the employers so that employees can help the company grow, and the companies can help the employees grow. So there are two phrases which is, I think, very important. It's a mutual contract between employees and the employers, the employees and the company. And what is that contract? Contract is that these two sets of people, or these two sides, will help each other grow. And when that happens, then comes the picture of true employee engagement. So, employee engagement is not about any particular program. It's not about a program for 3 months. It's not about online yoga classes. It's not about a virtual coffee. It's not about annual sports day. It's much more than that. Employee engagement is like a culture in which the employees, the employers, the leadership, the managers, the company all grow together. The second unspoken truth about employee engagement: one size fits all. It does not work. Smaller companies, bigger companies, companies in the metro cities, companies in the rural areas, companies in the finance sector, companies in the biotechnology sector, companies in the manufacturing sector, they all have different ways to work, different things to work on, different projects, different life cycles. They're into different phase in the business. There are some companies which have just started out. There are some companies which are 150-year-old. So there are so many variations. Why would one program work for all these companies altogether? It does not work. So if you are in a company, look at the companies, look at where you are, look at who are the people you are working with. The second point is, third point is, burnout is not the opposite of engagement. Yes, it's not. All of you understand burnout, right? Is at that point of time when you have exhausted yourself, given everything that's possible physically, mentally, and you do not have any energy left to spend for, you do not feel like to go back to office, you do not feel like to go to work and finish that work, you do not feel motivated at all. Maybe even you have hurt your health in that process. You are anxious, your BP has gone up. I mean, a lot of things, physical, mental health has gone for a toss. Yet, it's not engagement. Somebody may be fully engaged and yet be burned out. Somebody likes the company, but work pressure is so much that he or she cannot do anymore. He likes the company, she likes the manager, she likes the team, but still somebody can burn out. Burnout is a separate issue. Engagement is a separate issue. Ideally, when there is perfect employee engagement or great employee engagement, burnout should not happen because employee engagement is an envelope which protects people physical and mental health, which helps you grow. It should not happen otherwise. If burnout is happening, then the one part of the engagement is not working, and you have to find it out. Money is not a long-term motivator. How many of you agree with that one? Let me see the chat box. Money is a long-term motivator. If I make that statement, would you agree or not? Yes or no? That money can do everything. Let me see what's happening in the chat box. If I make this statement, money is everything. How many of you would agree? There are some yeses and there are some no. I'm sure if I could sit down in front of you and those people who are saying no, I could ask you, why are you saying money is not everything? And those people who are saying yes, money is everything, I could ask, why do you say that money is everything? I think we would have great answers. We would have great perspectives. However, in this 60 to 90 minutes, we may not have that opportunity that whether money is everything or not. But this is my personal opinion. Money can make your life comfortable. Money can do a lot of things, but money cannot fix your health that has been broken. Imagine that old saying that earlier in your career when you are young, you spoil your health to earn money, and when you have become a little older, then you spend money to get back your health, but health does not come back. If money could do everything, you could have continued with your great health when you are middle aged, when you are at the retirement point of time. And today, forget about the retirement age or middle age. Today, even a 20-year-old person is getting difficult diseases that, I mean, they do not have any opportunity to come back. So I do believe personally that yes, money can do a lot of things, but money is not a substitute for everything. Money is not a substitute for your happiness. Money is not a substitute for your great health. To maintain your health, you still have to do exercise. You still have to take a walk. You still have to breathe some fresh air, and otherwise, it will not stay with you. Okay. Okay. The next point, the danger of overserving. The moment I ask you a question, the people start thinking, why did he ask this question? Say, I have gone to a marketplace and I have asked the seller, shopkeeper, sir, where are you from? Whether he knows or not, the first question comes to his mind is that why did you ask me this question? You're supposed to buy vegetables, pay me, and go back. What's the motto he has? What's the idea he has in his mind? If my way of asking is all right, he may answer the question. If it is not, he may not answer the question. That question can go anywhere. This question and answer can take us anywhere. It can start a fight, or it can create a long-term friendship. When you go for surveys, always remember the moment you ask a question to any colleague or any employee or any etc., most likely you will get not 100%, but maybe 95% or 98% or 90% answer, but not 100%. Because there is always an element psychologically why I'm being asked this question. If I ask all of a sudden, are you happy? Some of you will say, yes, I'm happy. Some of you, am I really happy? And then you'll think for a moment and then answer something. Yeah, I'm all right. Maybe you will compare yourself with somebody else at that very moment of time. So if you survey a lot, if you survey with questions that are not appropriate, if you survey untimely, if you survey with a too long a questionnaire or too short a questionnaire, if you survey with not the right intention or not the correct intention, for any of these reasons, any survey can go haywire. And there is another part of it. After you have finished that survey, what are you doing with that data? If you are doing something about the data, are you doing it rightly? Are you finding out the right questions? Are you finding out the challenges for which you would like to work? Or are you just putting it inside a drawer? So, as you all are from HR, 95% of you are from HR, always remember knowing people's sentiments is a challenging task. And if you want to do it through surveys, that questioning, that survey, that process itself is a task. It's a complex task. It's a fine task. That's why we all have to learn that part. Survey is not just 10 questions, write down whatever, answer whatever you want to, and give me the data. It's not survey. And many times, surveys have gone wrong. Instead of doing good, it has done bad. Right? Now, what we have for the next part of our discussion. In the meantime, how many of you are from Gen X? How many of you are from Gen Y or millennials or Gen Alpha? Neeraj, can you help us with this generation question? Wait. Mubin says Gen Z. Priya says Gen Z. Okay, all of you, please wait. There is a poll coming up. Okay, Neeraj, can you please help with the poll? Let me see. Where are you from? Millennials, Gen Z. A lot of things are coming up in the chat box. All right. So a lot of you have said Gen Z, Millennial, Gen Y. Now I have a question for all of you, and the question is there. The basic requirements for generations Gen X or Y or Z, whatever it is, remain the same. Do you agree or not? Is it true or false? I have voted for myself. Let me see what all of you are saying. The basic requirements for generations Gen X, Y, Z or millennials remain the same. And if I have to demystify this question a little, I would say, for example, Gen X, which were like 19 till 1980s, I guess. Gen Y is from 1980s to somewhere around 95, 96 kind of, and millennials are 2000 and surrounding that year. So if that is, then is it that the then X had a different kind of aspiration and then Y had different kind of aspiration like that? In simple way, let me think about it. Is it that the Gen X wanted to grow but Gen Y did not want to grow? And if you say talk about promotions, is it that Gen X wanted to have promotions, they like promotions, but Gen Y do not like promotions? or Gen Z, they do not like promotions. However, then or millennials like promotions but not otherwise. So I'm asking that question from that perspective. So the poll has, the results have come in almost like 50-50. The basic requirements of Gen X, Y, Z millennials remain the same. 52% of you, 51% of you are saying true, and 49% of you are saying, yeah. I'm very happy to hear that, see that. Neeraj, good to go. Let that be. There are some basic human requirements. What are those basic human requirements? All of you have heard about Maslow's hierarchy theory, that first is food, safety, security, and etc. Then it goes to love and prestige, and then self-actualization, and so on and so forth. The point here is the way Gen X used to feel the requirement of going to work, earn money for themselves and for their families. They had to nurture their families. They have to keep it safe, secure. They have to grow their career. That requirement is same as Gen Y. The way to do that may be a little different, but the core element of securing a safe future for themselves and for their families, it still remains the same. Even if you are from the millennials, even if you're from Gen Z, you still have that same urge that I need to go to work, do something. It could be business, it could be work, it could be corporation. I still need to earn money, acquire resources for the upliftment of my own life and for my families. And I would like to grow. I would like to see my family grow. I'd like to, I'd like to get married one day. I like to have children. I like to see them grow as well. Okay, so some basic human needs remain same across the generations. Now, those who were from Gen X or before that, they did not have mobile when they grew up. They got mobile when they were young people. But today, Gen Z and the millennials, they grew up with the phones. You guys have a lot of information. You guys have a lot of resources in your disposal, which earlier used to be manual. Now it's automatic. Now it's Google. Now it's internet. So the road to that basic fulfillment of, requirement fulfillment has changed a little, but the requirement has kind of remained same. Today, we cannot survive without internet. 30 years back, internet was not available. But why are we using internet? We are using internet to fulfill the same need. We want to grow. We want to do better. We want to earn more resources for ourselves. We want to be more comfortable. So, in my personal opinion, the core requirements remain same. It's just the means change a little. The ways to go to the destination change a little. And of course, I would like to know a lot from you. I mean, what is your opinion? And for that, we'll open the forum after some time. Let's go to the next part of our discussion. Let's see what we have. Where do companies go wrong in employee engagement? They assume anything that they dole out is engagement. They assume that engagement is equal to money, engagement is equal to free stuff, and companies could not go more wrong than this. A swanky dining place, yes, it's good, it feels great, but it's there only for a couple of days. After that, even a swanky dining place becomes boring and mundane. How many of you would like to have food in a five-star hotel every day, 3 times a day? Say I in the chat box that I would be happy to have food in a five-star hotel every day, 3 times a day. If you are okay with that one, say I, or if you are not okay with that one, say no. Mubina says straight away, no. Simran says no. Vishaka says no. Meghna says no. Chitra says no. Gokul says no. Yes, that is true. So being there at the five-star hotel is not the engagement. Having five-star food is not the engagement. It's about what we are doing when we are there. And companies may set up everything and still people may not be engaged. Companies may try to do everything and still people will not accept those programs, accept those uh, activities. It will not be engagement. Today, we want to have choices. Today, we want to have different choices for different timings of the day or different months of the year. We all like choices. We are spoiled for choices. That's good. But somebody has to ask me, hey, what do you want? Tea or coffee? Otherwise, if my company says having buttermilk is the healthiest option for all of you, I have stopped tea and coffee, and there is only buttermilk, three types of buttermilk, and please go have it. Half of us will not be able to even think of buttermilk. We may not even like buttermilk. Maybe we like buttermilk, but not today, not today afternoon. So if I'm not given a choice, it doesn't work. Measuring the wrong thing. I'm sure you all of you know as ENPS. All of you know this term, ENPS. What is that? Please type in the chat box if you know. What is ENPS? Let me see what's happening in the chat box. Okay, some of you do not know, and I'll let you know. Uh, and Padma says it is employee net promoter scores, which is correct. Snehalata says net promoter scores. Yes, it's correct. Employee net promoter. Darshi also says employee net promoter score. Yes. ENPS is a measurement where we measure what? We want to know whether we would like our family members, our friends, our near and dear ones come and work for the same company where I work. Basically, in plain and simple language, that's the essence of ENPS. If I happen to be in a workplace which I like, would I like other people who I know, I care about? Would I like them to come and work over here? Will I be happy to call them and, hey, come, come, come. I work for a great company. I have a great team. You will enjoy coming over here. And I also would like you to come over here because I know you will be a great addition to our team. Would I like to do that one? If it is, then the ENPS is good for my company, for my team. Otherwise, it's not. Normally, ENPS is measured between 0 to 10, where I think 8, 9, and 10 are the best. 6, 7 are not so good. 5 and below, we are not even talking about. Sometimes companies measure the wrong ENPS, the wrong topic about ENPS. They're measuring how tasty is the food in a scale to up to 10. And then we are saying if the food is very tasty, ENPS score is great, and people would like to recommend our company to their near and dear ones, which is a wrong thing to do. Which is a very simplified example, but it's a wrong thing to do. So whenever you find that there is something happening in the company and you are not able to figure out what's happening and you want to do an ENPS survey, find out how engaged people are, how eager they are to recommend your company, your team to other people that they care about. You have to find the right topic, the right aspect to measure. Otherwise, we'll go wrong. About employee engagement, there is one person who is the kingpin, and that's the managers. Forget that middle part, that middle manager. It's not about the middle managers, but all the managers. For many people in the corporate world, or in the workplace, in the businesses, manager is the person who makes the whole world for the people. And it's not otherwise. Company does not matter much. Even if company is little here and there, it still can be managed. But if I know that my manager stands for me, my manager protects me, my manager helps me grow, then I have found a place where I would like to go tomorrow and day after and finish my work happily. But if the company is great, I have for Google and Apple and best of the best companies that you may have choices for yourself, and you found yourself in a team which is not very nice team to be in, then you have it. It doesn't matter which company you are in. It matters who are the people immediately affecting your life. And if you have gotten a great manager, a great team, I can tell you, you can manage the company. The last point, confusing happiness with engagement. It's not. Imagine somebody coming to office very bubbly, very happy, I mean, laughing all the way, but he has not done anything throughout the day. Do you think it's engagement? It's not. The workplace happens to be there to work. Workplace happens to be where you can go do something about it. You create a product, you create a service, you create something which can be sold to somebody else. In that process, earn money, and then the company can run, the salaries can be paid, your family can run, you can grow. But if that core work does not happen, it doesn't it doesn't work in any other way. I may be happy, but my company is going to loss, my team is not producing anything, they are struggling, they are failing. What is the use of me being happy? So happiness is not engagement, that's for sure. And what's next? How the companies can go about it, do something about it? Here it is. How to fix it? Shift to the employee-led initiative. As I told you a little earlier, that we have to think about how do we choose our activities? How do we like something that we like? So somebody has to ask. And if there are say 500 people, obviously 500 people like different things, but there will be some common things which like say 50 people will like, 150 people will like, 200 people will like. What are those activities which makes sense to us? The moment it makes sense to us, the moment we know that we are going to enjoy, those are the initiatives that can be taken care of, which also have to be linked to our well-being, the company's well-being, the company's productivity and all. We may say that half of us are like playing football, and give us time to play football. Half of the time, let's play football. We'll be very engaged. If you lose half a month for playing football, when you do work, when you do produce something that you're supposed to produce. So engagement or employee engagement or all the initiatives of employee engagement, they should help us be healthy, happy, and make us more productive. If it doesn't make us productive, it doesn't matter. And as we just talked about, that managers happen to be the biggest leverage in the employee engagement game. Teach managers. Well, a lot of times we are so bogged down by our work, by our responsibilities, by our team members' responsibilities. We do not know how to engage them. Sometimes we do not even know how to express ourselves. Then maybe somebody say, Neeraj and I, we have been working, we have known each other for like 1.5 years right now. If I have not taken a time out, that Neeraj, thank you so much for being who you are, for doing what you do, for helping me out at every step that we interact with each other. If I am not able to do that at any point of time, after some time, Neeraj will feel that, why do I do all these things for this gentleman? He doesn't even know how to thank. He just consumes and goes. Imagine if I did not know how to thank somebody. Is it learnable? Yes. Can companies teach me? Can somebody come and tell me, Subrata, I think this is one area where you have to improve or you should improve. You are great, but you do not know how to express your gratitude. You do not know how to thank people. You do not know how to smile. Couple of things, small things, but it can make a huge difference. So teach the managers to be the managers. And finally, make engagement visible, measurable, and action oriented. In paper, I have 20 programs, it doesn't matter. It matters, what matters is, have you, all of you, consumed that engagement initiative? Have you enjoyed? Could that be measured? Has my productivity gone up? Has my happiness quotient gone up? Have we done something about it? Or is it right on the paper and nothing else? Think about it. Okay. All of you are into HR and you have seen a lot of employee engagement and employee engagement activities. Neeraj, can you help us with the question of biggest turnoff? What are those activities which you thought did not work? Neeraj, can you share the poll? Yes, for all of you, this is a longer question. I think choices for the all the choices, you have to scroll down a little. Okay, so scroll down a little, and you will be able to see all those 4 or 5 choices. Lack of leadership buy-in, ineffective communication, low recognition, etc., etc. So let me take my choice. Lack of. Ah, I got it. I got my choice. Neeraj, please share the result also. The poll says creator did not share the results. So please share the results also. Okay, so in the meantime, Neeraj shares the result with us. Let me ask all of you, and you have to use your chat box. Till now, what has been the biggest takeaway for you about employee engagement? Quickly, till the time Neeraj shares the result. Okay, in the chat box, till now, what has been the biggest takeaway for you? Let me see. Priya says, can we choose all the above? Yes, those are all very um, actively disliked or challenges that we all have. But still, for this session, choose one, Priya. About the biggest takeaways, um, Sri Ram says employee engagement. Mobin says HR need to take many aspects into account for employee engagement. Yes, I agree. And Himanshu says engagement is not only the job of HR. Yes, that's very true, Himanshu. And let me highlight what Himanshu says that HR is not the only person. Imagine every possible thing is there in place for employee engagement. But I, as a person, I say, hey, I don't care. Can you imagine what will happen? Everything has been done by the company, by the manager, by I mean, every possible thing has been put up, set up. All the programs are ready. People have come in, spent money, and I'm saying I'm not going to participate in this. What happened to that employee engagement? It won't work because the primary consumer, the employee, that person himself has declined. Why? That's a different question. You have to find out why I'm saying I do not want to participate. It's a different thing. And the point is that each one of us are responsible for employee engagement. And if we do not participate, it's not going to work. Okay. So I think Neeraj will share the result with us in some time. In the meantime, let's see. Divya says employee engagement is everyone's service. Yes, it's true. Um, I mean, Ajay, I said it's a beautiful way to say that one. Let employee make available for um, employee engagement. I think you wanted to say that the employee also has to present himself or herself for the employee. Yes, true. Okay. So, what's the biggest challenge for you, Neeraj? Even if you are able to, I mean, if you share that the result in the chat box, that's also okay. We don't have to see the poll again. Share the result in the chat box that this percentage is for lack of leadership buy-in or ineffective, or the biggest one. Okay, that's also okay. Let's go back to our discussion. Finally, we are here uh, for a very important part of our discussion. What is future of employee engagement? As you can see, all the world, including India, we are changing in a rapid pace. Rapid pace. You think of anything, you think of any subject, any topic, any direction, we are changing like never before. And we are changing so fast that sometimes it becomes very difficult to cope up, to catch up. And whether you and I and all of us want it or not, we are still happen to be in that complete atmosphere where everything is changing very fast. And as you already know, one thing is there, that is AI, which is like changing so changing so many things, changing the way we do things, changing the way we practice things, we deploy technology, we function, everything is changing. And that is where the challenge comes in. That if we have, say, 5,000 people in a company, today it's much more easy to find out what they want. Because earlier, it would have been very difficult for asking all the 5,000 people, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And if you had given five choices, everybody has to answer manually. Everybody, and you have to collect all these data points and all. And now today, because of AI, because of usage of technology, you can go to all those 5,000 people not with five options, but with, say, 50 options. And you will fairly be able to analyze that data and come up with some of the topics, come up with some of the initiatives much more faster. And that's going to be the future of employee engagement. Today, we are not asking for five choices. We are asking for personalized choices. This is what I value as important. And I'm not talking about, let me go to chat box once again. Say, I'm not talking about Ajay, I'm not talking about Priya or Dheeraj, or I'm not talking about Palak. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about myself. Say, personally, I'll tell you one thing. Personally, I like drawing and painting. Okay. Now, if there is an engagement initiative and there are some programs happening, I would like that there is a painting competition or poster making competition or something, or say painting exhibition in that annual festival or something like that. If that doesn't happen, I don't care. I don't dance. I don't sing. All I do is painting. Now, if in 5,000 people, there are only five people who does painting, and there are 4,995 people who do everything else, how do you still engage me and other four people? That these guys do painting, they need something for themselves. So, AI, personalization, those are all challenges and those are also opportunities. I mean, incredible opportunities, that's for sure. Remote and hybrid work, as you already know, there is something else as well: remote work, hybrid work, and gig work. If you remove the remote work part from all the recruitment processes, you will struggle to find the best of the people who would like to work with you otherwise. Remove that everybody has to come to office every day, no exception. You will lose a lot of people. Earlier, before COVID, which was unthinkable, COVID has shown a lot of things to be possible. Remote work is possible. Hybrid work is possible. 3 day from office, 3 day from 2 days from home is possible. Coming at different points of time, it's possible. Gig work is possible. I think you all understand gig work, right? Please write in the chat box what you understand by gig work. Let me see. Okay, Mubina says no. Hema says no. I'll tell you. Some of you are saying, could you explain again? Yes. Gig work means not going for a permanent job. Say, if I'm good at people analytics, you all understand people analytics, the data analytics part of human resource management. So, people analytics. If I'm good at people analytics, and I'm going to say Infosys, and they had some project they wanted to find out how many people would like to work uh, 3 days from home, 2 days from office. Who are they? Based off what? And so on. There's a question, the problem statement. I wanted to work on that, and I'm the best person in that field, the people analytics. I find out. These are the people, these are the demographics, these are the choices of these people, these are the attitude of the people. These are the people from this particular institute or particular set of institute, particular function, particular engineering group who would like 3 day work from home and 2 days work from office. Rest of the people are ready to work from office every day. So they had a problem statement to find out who are the people who would like this kind of remote work. And I said, I can come and help you. But that's a finding of one time, right? I would not like to spend my whole life into Infosys. So my Infosys job is done. Right now, I'm going to say um, Hyundai factory or say Toyota factory, manufacturing factory, automobile. They want to find out who are the people who are opting for company-sponsored higher education program. I'm going over there. I finish my project there. I go to TCS, find out something else. And then there is a project that comes from London. I work for the company from London. So what I'm doing is I'm using my expertise to work for different companies for different projects, and that's gig work. In between, I do not want to work for 2 months. That's okay. I'm taking a break. I'm writing my book. All right. That's part of gig work. So gig work is what? Temporary work, temporary projects that I can work on as per my own choice, as per my own pace. I can do all the things that I would like to do, and that's gig work. How companies benefit from gig work? They benefit like if I today need 500 people all of a sudden for 2 days, I don't have to employ 500 people for the permanent role. I can just call them for 2 days, 500 people, third day onwards, maybe 250 people, and fourth day onwards, I do not want anybody else, but my work is done. That is how companies also get benefited from gig work. All right. That is also related to outcome based work, our next point, outcome based work, where we normally find out what is the motto of this task, what is the motto of this project. If we are able to find out, that's good. And that is what going to be the driving factor going forward. It's not about how much time I have spent in the office, how many leaves I have taken or not taken, whether I have been able to be in the office from evening 7 to morning 7 or not. It doesn't matter. Have I done my part of the job or not? Have I been able to integrate that part of the job with everybody else or not? Is my real product and service out of the window or not? Ready for sale or not? That's the part. If I have if I have reached the destination, that's okay. And then almost finally, the rise of employee experience. It's not about employee engagement anymore. As the leader of the company, think about this. As the leader of the company, I have 5 programs to engage all of you, but we're not having a good experience. What's the point? Even if I have one program and you have enjoyed the entire part of the program, you have participated, you have benefited, you have found yourself to be happier, that's employee experience. And believe it or not, at every point, from starting from the moment when you float an opportunity in the marketplace, that there is an opportunity, there is a vacancy, I want to hire somebody. From that point onwards, going to that application, selection, onboarding, and then whatever happens in the between when you are in the company, and then your exit or retirement, the entire employee life cycle can have different touch points of employee experience, because of which a company can be a winner in the marketplace. A company can boast to be the best company in the market. A company can proudly say that I am somebody where people would like to and come to work happily. That is what people can say. So it's about not employee engagement anymore. It's one step, couple of steps forward. It's about employee experience. Does it mean something to you? Does it make a difference to you? That's the question. It's not about the activity. It's not about the tick boxes. It's not about what are all that I have done. It's not that. It's about, did it make any difference to you? And then finally, one of the aspects, self-driven career development. Today, all of us, we want to be somebody, and in our own ways. So if you are thinking about, hey, Subrata, I would like to draw up a engagement, path for you, and I would like to see what's happening. It includes your career, your growth, and etc. I would ask you, have you asked me what I want to be? Today, being in HR, maybe I want to be a CHR. Maybe 5 years down the line, I want to open an HR company. Today, I have already started with Employee Engagement Academy. Maybe I do not want to be an CHR. Maybe I want to be a CEO. For all these people, the aspirations are different. And hence, you have to give me a choice what I want to do. And if you can help me on that one, that's the best part that you can do. Right? Now, let's see how you are thinking about long term. Okay? Let me see. Neeraj, help us with the long term question. Guys, this is going to be very beautiful. Look at this question. Which of these do you think contributes most to the long-term employee engagement? What's your opinion? What you have experienced? Let me know. So let me vote first. So I'll be able to see the result. Yes, I have voted. Let me see what's coming in. Yay, I'm very happy. I have also chosen the career growth and learning opportunities. All right, so I find a lot of people with me. Almost half of us are saying career growth and learning opportunities. By the way, does this mean that meaningful work and purpose, they're not important? Yes, they are important. But what comes at the top? Career growth. And look at the pattern. Salary and perks, only 3% of us telling, which tells us that salary and perks are important, but they are not the deciding factor. If you remove the salary and perks, all the four other options will not matter in any way. I do not want to work for somebody who does not pay me. That's for sure. So salary and perk are not the motivating factor. All of you have been into HR, so you know that there is a what is called motivator and hygiene factor. After some time, salary becomes a hygiene factor. If that kind of salary is not there, a particular level of salary is not there, I wouldn't work anyway for that company. Other the things, meaningful work and purpose, career growth, they are the motivators. They keep me going. And imagine in any of the employee appraisal cycles, you have given me say 25% high, 50% high. Is it a motivator? Yes. But it's a temporary motivator. 1 month, I'm happy. Second month, it becomes the new normal. It settles down. And I still go back to what? Career growth, learning opportunities. Am I doing something meaningful? Is my work-life balance all right? And so on and so forth. So yes, I also agree with all of you. Career growth and learning opportunities is one of the biggest factors, biggest motivators of employee engagement. And whenever all of you, each one of you, think about employee engagement, think from that perspective as well. All right, right. So, what lies ahead? I would take this opportunity before I ask you what are the questions that you have. I quickly take 1 or 2 minutes to talk about something very important. Okay. And that is KK Academy, Employee Engagement Academy. Forget about the slide part right now. Okay. Listen to me. As you know, KK is an HR software company. As I would say, HR company. There are a lot of people who are specialized in HR. They understand how HR functions. They understand how psychology functions. They understand how they can help HR as a function to work better, faster, more efficiently, and in a more modern way, quicker way. And that's why they make very beautiful, very top-notch softwares to help the HR function do their job. Everything as we go becomes complex, and that is where KK comes into picture, where they make programs, they make working more simple so that you can get some time for yourself and you do not have to spend the entire day, entire 24 hours a day. And you ask about any software, any part of the aspect of HR and say corporate function, KK has it. I, on the other hand, what I do in Employee Engagement Academy, I talk about employee engagement. As HR business partner, I have worked for close to 11 and a half years. And all I know is at any point of time, if I'm willing, I can help somebody else to become better in their career, have a better life because I can help them grow. And when I can help one of my team members, one of my colleagues grow, there is no bigger satisfaction than that. I have done this my entire life, especially into HR. And today I also know you would not require me, say, for example, if I'm your HR person, or if I'm your colleague, or if I'm your manager, you would not require, say, 1 hour every day to be there with me and learn things from me, or I do not have to help you in that way. But there will be one moment, one fine moment where if you ask a question and maybe I have that answer, which changes your life. And that one moment could be the most beautiful moment in your career, in my career. It has happened multiple times. And when I think about employees, think about other people, think about employee engagement, that is where I come into picture. That is what the basic understanding comes into my mind, that can I help another fellow colleague, friend, near and dear ones, each one of you, to have a pivotal point in your career, to realize who you are, to realize your true potential. If I can do that, I have lived my life. I have done things in my career which I can be proud of, which I can be happy about. That's my work. All right. I write every day on LinkedIn, almost every day. You can connect with me. I'll show you the QR code. Um, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you are doing so, please drop a message that this is where we met. You can ask your questions. And one thing I can tell you, I would love to interact with you. I'd love to answer your questions. If we are not able to answer this right now, so feel free to answer this question. Also, write what you learned in this session. What is your takeaway from this session? Um, if you tag me or tag KK Academy or tag Neeraj, of course, connect to Neeraj as well. Tag Neeraj, we'll get to know what you are writing, and we'll be happy to go and comment over there, and we'll be able to see your comments. We'll be happy to read your comments as well. Okay. Now, it's time for you, and which is very important. Do you have any question for us right now? Neeraj, please keep an eye on the chat box so that if there is a question that we can answer. So, question from One second. It says my connections are. Are you able to hear me and see me properly? Can somebody confirm? I got a notice that your connections are not all right. Yes, now it's okay. Super, fantastic. Okay, so coming back to the question. So calendarized part, you know that if you have 4 activities, you'll be able to figure out what point of time you are okay to plan this out. Coming to the better part, or the more important question, um, how to plan the budget. I would always think that whenever you think about employee engagement, the basic assumption is you know who are the people who will be consuming those engagement activities. That's one point, that's a given. Second part is what do you want to achieve through that engagement? Say, you are saying, I would like to make sure that all the 10 teams I have, their team bonding is much better. The team dynamic goes up and up. They become a more solid team. They become more productive. Now, if you want to do that, you have to find out what are the 3 activities that you would like to do for so better team dynamics. Okay. And if you have found out those 3 activities, then the question comes in, do you have the in-house expertise? Can you do those programs all by yourself? Or do you need to ask somebody or external help? There are some people, consultants, expert houses, they can come in and do it for you. And then you are able to say, do the budgeting part. So if you are asking whom to call, say, who has written the book How to Win Friends, and who's that person? How to Win Friends, that famous book. Dale Carnegie, yes, thank you, Madhushmita. Thank you so much. I was forgetting the name. So, if you ask Dale Carnegie to come and train your people on team building and team dynamics, they're going to ask for some money. And if you want to run this program for, say, 2 times a year, you know what is the budget. And then you have to go back and make a proposal that this is my budget, say 10 lakh rupees for this particular team building activities. Do you have that budget? And then you start negotiating. You already know. So in general, already the HR function has some budget, say 100 rupees. Out of 100 rupees, 40 rupees or 50 rupees will go for recruitment and etc. And then some 20 rupees will go for increment appraisal. Then 20 rupees will go for training and development. Out of this training development, how much would you spend for Dale Carnegie and the external agencies and so on and so forth? So that is how you have to break it down. Now, is it possible to get some extra budget? Of course, yes. That depends on the urgency of the initiative that you are thinking about. But always remember, do budgeting. So next year you are thinking about that program, put that budget, put that into the books of this so that people know and you are not surprising anybody. So finally, one thing, remember, everybody, and this is very important. Doing HR function is fine. Doing finance rightly is fine. Doing supply chain meticulously is fine. But all these functions, HR, finance, supply chain, corporate communication, and legal, all these functions, they may be perfect, but if they are not working for the company, if they are not working for the final goal, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I am, whether I am from IIM or Harvard or something. It doesn't matter how much experience I have. It wouldn't matter how much experience or what is the intent you have. It doesn't matter. If your efforts, if your work, if your planning and budgeting, if your function is not helping the business, it doesn't matter. Always remember, and I urge you to understand this very, very, very particularly. Business first. You and I happen to be into HR because there is a business which requires the HR guys. If business is not there, business has gone out of the market, it is not sustainable. What is the meaning or what is the point of having function like finance or HR or supply chain? It doesn't matter. Business is the platform on which we come together, work together, do the products and services, sell them out in the marketplace, earn some money, distribute the money for the raw materials, for our salaries, for our infrastructure, for further investment, everything. So business first. And on that platform, we all work together. And then comes you are into HR, I'm into finance, Neeraj is into Cake Academy. Everything will make sense only when the business sustains. Otherwise, um, it will not be much meaningful. Okay, Neeraj, can we go to the next question? Sampath asks, your best go-to suggestion for people to engage during the hybrid mode of work. That's a beautiful question, Sampath. Thank you. Hybrid mode, it has its positive and the not so positive part or the flip side of it. But always remember one thing, Sampath, and that is the question you asked a little back before. What people want. If you can answer this question, what people want, you'll be able to figure out what people want when they're in the hybrid mode, what people want when they're in the office, what people want when they're having the coffee, what people want when they are going back from office. Now, though I told you, Sampath, you'll be able to figure out, it's very easy, just figure out what people want. That's the difficult most question that you can ask, what people want. Because our brain, our mind, our thoughts are so versatile, so ever changing. The person who I am right now and the person who just 1 year after will be completely different because of the different circumstances, because of the different setup. I can guarantee you, if all you are there in an auditorium and I was there speaking to you in front of you in person, you would see a completely different person. Completely different person. There is no comparison at all. So you will not be able to figure out the person you are looking at right now, that Subrata Kabiraj virtually and the Subrata Kabiraj in person. How could these people be two so different? Different because of the context. So, in that sense, Sampath, that's a beautiful question, and that's also a question of opportunities for each one of us, all the people who are into this session right now. We have a lot to learn about human psychology. We have a lot to learn about what we want, what we love. We have a lot to learn about the generations. So, one thing is constant, guys, keep learning. Keep learning. Anything that you learn which makes you better, do that. And if you need a company to learn together, you have me. Go to my LinkedIn page, drop me a message, connect to me. We'll find out what to learn together. Guaranteed. I'm looking for people actually who can learn, who I can learn together. So if you are there, connect to me. Question: how can we effectively communicate to senior operations management that fostering employee engagement is a shared responsibility that directly contributes to achieving? Okay, that's a good question. And there are plenty of statistics, plenty of research findings to verify that one. So, Snelata, you are at a good situation right now. At any point of time, only 30% or one third of the people are highly engaged. And remember these numbers, we'll also find out these numbers in any of the internet searches. If you are searching, especially go to Gallup, okay? Only one third of the people are highly engaged, which means what? They are thinking about growing themselves as well as thinking about the company, how that company will grow. Okay? Half of the people, straight, half of the people, 50%, they are partially engaged. Partially engaged means what? They come to office, go back from office, do whatever they need to do to finish the work, they go back home. That's it. Whether company is making profit, whether company is doing extraordinary or great or something like that, they may think, but it doesn't matter that much. And here is the kicker. Here is the most, you know, challenging part. One out of five people, that is 20% of the people, are highly disengaged. What does that mean? It means they're not only drawing the salary, they're also backbiting the company. They are harming the company by disrupting the activities, by spreading rumors, by spoiling other people's mind. They're doing something or other. Sometimes they may not even know, knowingly or unknowingly, they are harming the company, they are backstabbing the company, and they are one fifth, that is 20% of the people. Can you imagine? Now, imagine you had 10 people, only three people are working for you, all the seven people are out. Now, Snehilata, here comes the question. Can you change out of those five people who are partially engaged? Can you change two people to become highly engaged? Which means what? Instead of three people out of 10, right now, five people will be working for you, will be working for the project that you are supposed to work. Imagine the impact. You had only three people, right now, you have five people. And best of the companies with best of the engagement activities, they have as high as 70% to 75% highly engaged people, and rest of them are like partially engaged. That's okay. There are companies which do not have effectively, which do not have actively disengaged people. That's how they work, that how intently and intensively that they work. And Snehilata, if you go into that statistics from Gallup, and there are many other companies, you will also find profitability goes up, productivity goes up, absenteeism goes down. And there are plenty of numbers that you can support yourself. And then you ask your leadership, would you like this? And here is one thing you have to also tell people. Say, for example, if Niraj is your boss, you have to tell Niraj, today our engagement level is like this. Our productivity or profitability like this. If we can change our productivity to say 5% points, our profitability goes up by 10% point. Today our profit is 50 CR. Would you like to have 60 CR profit or 70 CR profit? Complete change of say 20% or 30%, like that. Neeraj will definitely say, yes, of course. What do I have to do? Neeraj will say, oh my God, you are great. You are talking about profits. Who does not like profits? Of course, do whatever you want to do. That's how. When you want to communicate, you have to go with the numbers, you have to go with the results, you have to go with the action points, and you also have to have a lot of conviction. And yes, it's possible. If you do not believe yourself, then nobody is going to believe. Question: what are your go-to engagement programs initiatives? Wow, Soumya, that's the more difficult question that you asked. That's one of the most beautiful questions you could have asked today, Soumya. So thank you so much. For me, this is I'm going to talk about my personal thoughts. Okay, number one, I know it's possible. From that philosophy, I'll start. From that core belief, I'll start. It's possible. It's possible for Soumya to grow up. It's possible for Shubhashri to go up. It's possible for Manju Vasini to grow, Gautami to grow, for Venkatesh to grow. All right? It's possible. Number one. Number two, I'll trust you that we are together here for a purpose. And I trust you that you will take care of yourself, you will take care of the company, we'll agree to do things together, and we'll achieve things together. We'll be in each other's side in the happy times, in difficult, challenging times, and we'll come out together. And number three, I will respect you at any point of time. And I would expect the respect back. These are the 3 points I'll start with. And then I'll think about the employee engagement programs. As I told you, company first. Why are we here? Whatever are we doing? Are we doing it for the company and for all of us, or is it that I'm doing only for myself? So that is how I'll build up my engagement activity. So yes, I have not taken any particular name that what is the program initiative, but I have told you even the bigger and the deeper answer that Soumya, these are the basic underlinings, the core beliefs that I'll go with to design an employee engagement program. First thing first, the moment I see you, I'll start with those beliefs and I'll be very happy to meet you in person, talk to you, find out what you want. And from there, we'll start our journey together. All right, let's see. It is 12:36, so I think officially our time is up. Um, uh, Neeraj, will this be our last question or last but one question? I'll completely up to you. But however, before we end up, I must thank you to each one of you for being here. I thank Neeraj and KK Academy for giving me this chance to interact with each one of you. And if you have any question, you can always go to LinkedIn. You can talk to me and ask questions. Drop me a message for us that we are meeting over here, and that is what we want to ask. Then only I'll be able to ask the question. Otherwise, I get a lot of um, just connect requests. I do not connect with them. Okay, so just to be fair and respectful to you. Okay, last question from Venkatesh Srinivas. How can leaders build stronger emotional connections with employees in an increasingly digital workplace? Wow, Venkatesh, please write in the chat box how much experience you have. Venkatesh, I think you are able to hear. Okay, Venkatesh, 6 years of experience. I think all this experience is in HR, right? Yes, Venkatesh. Thank you so much. Yes, that's a beautiful question, Venkatesh. And um, for stronger emotional connections, one thing is for sure, and I do believe it to the best of my capabilities. To begin with and to end, we are all human beings. Everything that you have done, technology, digital, computers, mobile, programming, AI, algorithm, everything we have built, they are our tools. So use the tools as their tools and keep the human connections intact. So Venkatesh, when I meet you in person, I'll say hi to you like you won't believe the way I would say hi to you. If I know this is the same Venkatesh, I will invite you for a coffee if you are okay with coffee, or otherwise we'll go for a tea. And you will know that nothing replaces those human connections, those touch points, nothing. If I am respectful to you, you will notice that one. If I trust you, you will notice that one. If I say hi to you with all my heart, you will notice that one. If there is any deviation from that one, you will notice that. Right now, if I just look at you angrily, why did you ask this question? You will notice that one. Not only you, everybody will notice that one. So, question is, how do we maintain that human connectivity? And I think you have this answer, I have that answer. Trust, respect for each other, thinking about each other a little, so that I may grow, but I do not have to stamp on your head to grow. That again goes back to the respect. So I have spoken to this with Neeraj before. I have spoken to a lot of my colleagues. If there is one virtue that I have to pick up in my entire world, I'll pick up that word is respect. Respect for you, respect for your emotions, respect for your thoughts, respect for your opinions. We do not have to agree with you, but I still will respect you. And I'll tell you, Venkatesh, I disagree That's your thought. This is my thought. But I still respect your thought. Till the time you are not killing me. If you are trying to kill me or I'm trying to kill you, you have all the rights to defend yourself. I have all the rights to defend myself. All right. Till then, respect, trust. Those are the essential qualities with which you can you can build the emotional connection with everybody, not only the people known to you, but also the people unknown to you. Right now, we are meeting for the first time, Venkatesh, and I'm so happy that you asked this question. So again, thank you so much, Niraj. Do you have any question or do you have any parting thoughts? I welcome you to on stage and share your thoughts.
So, Brata, this I think so was the final question. We'll be winding up the session as already we have exceeded 10 minutes. And guys, as always, it's very nice to meet you all here. And like, very thankful for all of you to like attend these sessions. We have Subrata with us, and we had two more people earlier. There is one more session left, and I need every single one of you coming here to learn something from here. And for that, assignments are pretty important. Right after this session, I will share the next assignment, which is the third one. And also, we have 2 to 3 more days to complete the second assignment. So, best of luck to you all. If you are stuck anywhere, please feel free to reach out to me over WhatsApp, over email. I have shared my email over WhatsApp group also. And thank you, Subrata. I believe this was again a very beautiful session by you, and it
Niraj,
went
give me 30 seconds, please. I have
sure,
something right for all the participants.
sure.
Give me 30 seconds.
Sure.
Here is what I have to share with all of you. Okay. Stay connected, keep learning, keep shining. And I think each one of you are able to see what I have written. Neeraj, can you confirm what I wrote? Are you able to see? Sure. Thank you, everyone. I enjoyed being with you and that you have participated. You have kept me busy and you have asked beautiful questions. I'm very thankful to you. Have a great day. See you on LinkedIn.